Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
Well, hey, you guys, and welcome to the live. Yep.
Hey everyone.
I was just going to say, let's let Streamlabs, our AI program, take over from here. We'll just sit back and listen to what Streamlabs has to say, as long as you don't use any punctuation marks. Anyways, Shelly, do you think she loves us again?
Oh, hey Shelly. Thank you for becoming a member again.
Does she? Do you think she loves us?
Shelly's always loved us.
You full, me half. Yeah, that's 1.5. What about Charmaine? Think she loves us?
Yeah.
Me full, you half. So it's balanced.
Thanks,
Oh,
Charmaine.
wait. Hold on. Where did it go? Right here. Okay, hold on. Okay. Wait, what? Is that ketchup chips I've been eating? Is that what that is? It's a
I literally
Canadian.
have 2 open bags of ketchup chips, like within hands length right now.
On there. Hey, Outback, how are you? And Boy Mum, how are you? And Diana S is in the house, and Alexa's over here.
Hey Alexa.
And yeah,
Alexa,
her
we
on-
miss you. Get better and
oh yeah, she'll be. Well, we'll be doing a live with her tomorrow. Like the
Okay.
question and answers with criminal profiler Alexa. She
well,
says that
I miss her. I should say I miss her because you did a stream with her the other night when I was in bed.
Yeah, those little sneaky ones. Where I'm like, I'm not. If Adam notices we did a live, then he'll pop
Well,
on.
you asked me what I was doing, and then
I totally ignored you after that because I wasn't planning on doing a live. And then, it
I
was
ignored her.
just so funny because I was literally just gonna do like a chill vibe live, and then all of a sudden Alexa just messaged me saying, people keep asking me questions, and I'm just like, well, hey, I'm about to go live. You want to come on? And then that's what happened. And then, but that was just like, like a partial one. So, do you know who this is again? Is that our tree expert? Support Steph, I do believe you owe me a Christmas tree because now it's buy me a Christmas tree. Since you have such great knowledge and you're such an expert, anyone that probably works in Stepha's field probably has this, right? Considering that she's
I will say Stepha, since Stepha's in here, I will say Stepha. I haven't watched it yet, but I just saw on Peacock. There's a 3-part Pike County Massacre docuseries. We followed that case. Both of us followed that case, and so I know she's interested in it.
I don't usually hear that name in so long. The little peacock. Yeah. I probably laugh every time I hear it though, because Mustang yellow. Mustang, thank you for those tacos the other day, but now it's Christmas trees. And then the one the same day, I don't know. It was like I seen 5 and then I seen 1. I think it was no 6 and then 1, something like that. Yeah. So it's Christmas trees. I was looking for actually hot chocolate, and guess what I got? Okay, this right here is eggnog. Who does not love eggnog? If you don't like eggnog, seriously, exit right now. Seriously, who doesn't love eggnog? I love eggnog, especially when you have eggnog and rum, and it's Christmas. You guys see the Christmas border, yeah? I have to. I just have to. I'm just like, your guys is Canadian, or sorry, your American Thanksgiving is over, out of the way now. Now it can be all about Christmas. Yes, 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 yes. And yesterday we were on the Drunk Turkey show. So if you guys haven't seen that, then hopefully you guys can head on over to the Drunk Turkey show. And yeah, I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I actually wasn't feeling well today, but took a shower and everything. Just felt really nauseous today. Can't remember if it was because I was looking at your picture or yeah. Oh, hi, Missing. How are you? Hi, Dawn. How are you? Mm-mm. Me and Aspen are kind of like husband and wife online. I cheat on him all the time, though.
She does.
I do. So do you, though.
We have what you would call an open relationship, I believe.
Exactly. And it's perfect, isn't it? Yeah. See, we're all still smiling no matter what. Hi, Gail.
I had fun on Drunk Turkey show last night. That it's always a good time to go on their show.
I
appreciate those guys.
Yeah, I didn't even care what we were going to be talking about. I just was like, I want to visit the boys. Daniel, Jaime, and Big Blue. Pretty sure that it was Big Blue and not so much Daniel and Jaime that I was truly there for. But
right.
Wink, wink. Can't say that if Daniel's watching us right now, though. But hi, CJK.
Hey,
CJK. Nutmeg. Oh, yeah. Cinnamon. My husband, being from the UK, he keeps saying, all you guys ever do is put cinnamon on everything. And is there a problem with that, right? No. But yeah, I love eggnog. I'm not supposed to really probably have booze with my colitis. That's what actually happened, is that I've had 2 attacks of colitis recently, and it's so painful and it's so draining on the body, and it takes like a few days to recover. So when I had it back to back, and then all of a sudden it will go like months, and I don't know what is triggering it. I thought maybe Freckle Joy was right last year when she said booze, because after I stopped drinking any booze, then all of a sudden it kind of just went away. But then I hadn't had any, and then it, so I don't know. Yeah. All I know is that it's so painful if anyone suffers from
I'm sorry.
that.
Sharon, hey Sharon Parker. And Steph, get better. I didn't know you were sick, so get better quick.
Steph is sick?
Yeah, with the C word.
Oh, is that thing still around?
Oh yeah.
Like, did they change the name of it now? I don't even know anymore.
I think it's kind of, I mean, I don't envy anyone that has it, but I mean, it's kind of just become like a seasonal thing now, I think, right?
Well, that's what I'm just
we don't want to talk about it because we don't want to trigger YouTube.
You're the most amazing people, YouTube. You don't screw us over at all, YouTube.
My Lord. No.
On there. Well, yeah, you feel better, Steph. And then you got, like I said, Alexa with her ear thing, but she says that there's no pain today. So hopefully that's a good thing, because, ear pain sucks. Anything. Toothache suck. Back, anything sucks, okay? Yeah. And you guys know that we're up kind of like all old farts in here for the most part now, right? Mm-hmm. Including you, Adam. Yeah.
I wasn't when I started this case.
Do ya? Yeah. Sometimes the only reason why I actually enjoyed those is, sometimes when you just want to feel like you're a ninja, and you're just like, you can only see my eyes. I don't got to put on makeup or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was somebody that left the nicest comment. I think it was today, or no, it was today that I seen it, and it said something like, I watched 20 minutes of people talking about their personal selves or lives or whatever, and I just couldn't. So I had to not watch it no more. And I said, well, there is something called, and so I went to go look at the 20-minute mark just for the sake of it. Normally I could care less about those comments or whatever, but I felt like I wanted to go, do a deeper dive search on that and then see what was happening. And I think we were talking about remember the things that you had pulled up or whatever, the Robert Forston things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently this person, and I'm so sorry that you don't know how to use a computer or a fast forward button too much, because, I recommend that for any imbecile that's watching and then leaves a comment like that they just simply don't know how to just move that thing forward a little,
Now,
if
Sonny,
you want.
it's Christmas.
Shit.
Be nice.
It's not
Christmas.
Christmas.
It's the season of perpetual hope.
Yeah, well, so you're right. So I basically had said maybe you shouldn't be watching this channel then, because we are a caring channel. Yeah, and we only want people to leave caring comments, not feel the need to leave those little rude ones like that. But I gave her guidance. I said, well, maybe this channel, you can go watch some other channels then. Yeah, so I think I was being, giving. Don't just stay at us, just go somewhere else. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's a list of a few channels you might like better.
Thank you so much. Hopefully today was the worst of it. Yeah. And it always sucks too around Christmas time, when people, those little colds and flus and everything starts coming out. Okay, we're at the 12-minute mark. We better start talking about actual stuff now.
We should.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Yeah. Please hit that like and support all 35 of you that are watching, please. Okay. There's 35 people watching. I expect that we should have 35 likes then. Correct? Correct. Yeah. I mean, it is the spirit of hitting that freaking white subscribe, thumbs up. Yeah. And I like how YouTube gives it a little swirly thing and stuff now too. If you say the like button or subscribe button, but it only does it like every 3 minutes. So you got to hold it back. Can you get to Delphi? Yeah. No. Let's start off with Murdaugh. No, just kidding. Okay. So
we were going to, but
we were going to up until where Steffa said that, sick or not, bossy. Okay. Let me just open up. Just give me a second and I'll just open up a couple things here. No, not that. That, and that. And then I'll share with you guys. Okay. We're still here. I'm just on a different
Daisy.
screen. Who's that? Is that Lacey?
Daisy.
Oh, Daisy. Daisy Dukes. Driving Miss Daisy crazy. Okay. Do you want to read that, Mr. Adam?
I can't read that.
Hey, that's big.
That's it. Never mind. Kara Winky, Limited Appearance Counsel, now respectfully notifies the court, pursuant to Indiana Trial Code 3.1 parentheses I or 1, that the limited scope of her representation in this matter on behalf of Richard Allen has been completed. Respectfully submitted.
Oops.
Kara Winky.
And then that's just the second page that Adam sent.
Yeah.
So I said to Adam, oh, well, okay, bye. But that's only her leaving the one action, right?
Right. So my understanding is that when she entered a limited appearance in because this was in the homicide case, which if you look at the Indiana court system's website, Richard Allen has 3 current cases that are all in process. One for each of the writ of mandamus acts that are that have been filed with the Supreme Court, and then the homicide case. And the withdrawal of appearance was filed today in the homicide case. So it's basically was just she had entered a limited appearance, basically to, I think, deal with the transcript. And once that was taken care of, she had to file this withdrawal. But it has no bearing on her her active representation in the second writ of mandamus.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone that is like, oh, does that mean that there's not going to be any further stuff on the Supreme Court stuff? No, it doesn't mean that at all. She's still, I'm sure, very actively involved in that case.
Yeah, exactly. I like Deb's little video she put out with that song to it. It was very cute because it was just like one of those 1 minute, like the short clip or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And why did you start this GoFundMe again for Richard Allen, Adam? Could you just explain?
Did anyone else see this today? Someone sent me this, so I didn't look at the link myself. I think Sunny might have tried to look it up right before the live, but I was like, "Is this real?" Because somebody sent me this today, and it looks like someone has tried to start a GoFundMe to raise money for Richard Allen to hire private defense attorneys, which is problematic in a few different ways. The first and most glaring to me is that anyone that thinks $30,000 is going to cover his attorney fees, I mean, that's a drop in the bucket when you talk about hiring experts, etc., and all of the things that are going to come with defending someone like a high-profile case like Richard Allen. Second of all, I went and sat and read all of the terms of policy for GoFundMe, which is really boring. But GoFundMe has a very clear, written out standard that says they do not allow criminal defense crowdsourcing on their website when it has to do with a violent crime.
Exactly.
A lot of people say, but the Rittenhouse thing, when that happened, there were GoFundMes, and I think that had a lot to do with GoFundMe's policy on this.
What's funny is though that it's started by like the last name. Oh, sorry, Adam. What did you say there?
No, see, so I was like, if you see something, if you see something, and I'm not saying if you support the idea of Richard Allen getting private attorneys, I'm not arguing against that. I'm just saying don't put your money on in a GoFundMe to get Richard Allen private counsel, because GoFundMe is going to take it down.
Oh, absolutely. I noticed it's filed though by McKinney. Now that's a very common last name in the Delphi area, which attaches over to the Richard Allen side. Like when you look up the friends and different things, McKinneys are widely, like I said, widely family that's obviously been part of Delphi for a long time. So it won't shock me.
But Tony, the funny thing?
What?
The name of the person is the town that they're listed in is the town that I'm in right now. It's the town my parents live in.
Really?
In North Carolina.
So
of course I'm like, do I know this person?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I have to have a talking to them.
Yeah, in Delphi, it's like just a widely used name. Now I have to put this one out because you guys. I was watching Court TV, and we're going to watch just a little bit of that in just a little while. But guess who? Guess who's there? So the TV turns over, right? So, freaking Alex Murdaugh is doing his thing. The camera pans, and I'm like, JLR, are you in court there today?
Can you zoom in for us?
Yes, I can actually. Yeah. And he has this look, like after he's spoken, he has this look like, And all I remember listening to was, sorry. And I'm so, Judge, I'm sorry this is taking longer. Freaking 45 minutes of listening to him babble on saying he's sorry. But I just had to laugh, because I mean, I know JLR goes to a lot of these things, but the camera just panned and all of a sudden I'm like, JLR? Is
Right.
that you? I didn't see him in court though going, shame on you, Alex Murdaugh. Shame on you. I mean, that's kind of like his thing now is like hashtag shame on you, Richard Allen. Shame on you. Anyways, what's Travis saying? I have workarounds on crowdsourcing for legal fees. You have to have $1 million to defend this case properly. But if you no longer have a court appointment, you have to pay for investigators. Oh,
right. That's Travis. I made those points, so yeah, I agree completely.
Yes, Steph, exactly. We would have to have all the discovery for sure. If it seems to give her, yes, we should have all the discovery. I feel like we could, we could find 2 unbiased jurors ourselves too. Here you go, Franco. No problem. What people I know. Each to their own. It's no different than those people that decide that they want to get pregnant or marry someone that's in prison and write Brian Koberger all these haikus and love notes and stuff like that, or to the SKs of the world. It's really a wacky world, isn't it, of what people will do. It's kind of crazy. I'm just good that I don't fall into that crazy category. Hi, famously unfamous. Hi, buddy. Dropping off this.
Right.
Whoosh. Thank you, buddy. Darn it, I thought that was that $1 million at Steffa when Ari were just talking.
I don't know the details of the GoFundMe other than it says it's to raise $30,000 to hire Richard Allen private counsel, which is it's a drop in the bucket as far as what it would actually cost. And like I said, and it's against GoFundMe's policy, so it's not gonna be there forever. So don't donate to
it. You want it to be on Netflix, Travis? Okay. Or it might be on Peacock. Share screen. Okay, let's see here. GoFundMe. I'm trying to find my articles right now. I got all these things. Okay, this is the press release. We'll go back into that, but let's go to this. Understanding Indiana's. Okay, so yesterday when we were on the Drunk Turkey show, Daniel was talking about enhancements, and we were talking about, about being what he was being charged for. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of out of it, only partially. The brain cells only heard a little bit of it. I look over and I see Sleuthy Goosey say something like, Sonny, I keep seeing your eyes moving. Are you by chance looking up the whatever? I just sat there going, I ain't looking up nothing right now because I don't even feel well, but I'll bring it up today. So we know that Richard Allen was charged with 3542-1-1 in brackets 2, which obviously is the felony. Well, not obviously, but remember, guys, felony murder. So it said, I'm just going to read a little bit for a second here. So it says Indiana's criminal code includes various statutes related to homicide offenses. One of the most serious of these offenses is, of course, murder. In this blog post, we'll explore the details of Indiana Code 3542-1-1, which defines a criminal murder in state. Understanding this critical statute is crucial for both legal and professionals and the general public. So in the Indiana Code 3542-1-1 outlines the legal framework for the crime of murder in the state. The statute defines murder as a felony and provides several circumstances under which an individual can be charged with this serious offense. Section 1, the elements of murder. Murder, as defined in the code, includes the 4 key elements. So the first one being knowing or intentionally killing another human being. The first and most fundamental element of murder is causing the death of another person knowingly or intentionally. This means that this person who takes someone else's life with the intent to do so will be charged with murder. So, in brackets, of course, on Richard Allen's, they have in brackets too, which is felony murder. A person can be charged with murder if they kill another human being while committing or attempting to commit certain felonies. Now, these felonies include arson, burglary, child M, consumer product tampering, criminal deviant conduct, and kidnapping, RAPE, robbery, human trafficking, and more. If a death occurs during the commission of these crimes, the perpetrator can be charged with murder. So, again, we've been talking about the whole kidnapping aspect. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Travis, in the thing, but that's exactly what it is that, he's being tried for murder on Section 2, which is felony murder, which includes basically the kidnapping of Abby and Libby. And then, of course, you have your drug related murders. If another person kills another human being while engaging in illegal drug trade, such as detailing is cocaine or any or whatever, or a narcotic substance, they can be charged with the murder. And fetal homicide. Obviously, you guys know what fetal, killing a fetus in any stage. So basically, as for that, when people were saying that one of the girls, was pregnant and stuff like that, well, then obviously he would have been charged for fetal homicide or something like that. So that kind of ruled that one out there, didn't it? So just let me go back over to chat here. Hello, chat. Okay. So it goes state by state, typically have you have a financial, okay, that's for that. I think that they're sleeping. But anyway, so just wanted to clarify that again, because anyone that looks up Richard Allen's thing, again, it will say 35-42-1-1, and in brackets too for the felony murder. And the whole point is that it was about kidnapping the girls, which led to, basically their lives being taken. Okay. I keep waffling on second person, waiting at the bottom of the hill, and now wonder about Weber's outbuilding. Sunny, well, it wasn't my story, I'll tell you that. And if it ever comes true and that it brings more evidence, I would just be happy myself to know that that this is like a nail in the coffin type case where that they got so much evidence against Richard Allen that it's kind of like I hate to use the term, but I will, slam dunk type of thing. But that's what would be nice to know. So if that so-called rumor is true about that, because we've never seen anything factual, besides the only thing factual we did see was in the discovery that there was a motorcycle cover that was taken. So if this ever comes to fruition, then sweet, because then that would place him over there and on his track. And if there's DNA that people talk about, then maybe who knows? Who knows? All I'm saying is I would like to know in my head that there's more than what we're seeing. I would love to hear those jailhouse confessions or prison house confessions, those 5 or 6 and stuff like that. With the whole Odinism stuff and whatever. Like I said, it's not like we're dense and, are morons and can't look at the different stuff and easily kind of deduct that it just doesn't make sense, and so so that whole 136 memorandum, each to their own and how you think about it. But, we deem it as a crock of crap. And, along, like, it might be a piece of art to the ex defense team, and it might be, like I said, an award winning piece of art that they felt like they did a really good job on creating. And I don't want to knock them for it, because really, like I said, that's their job, is to bring reasonable doubt to their client so that they can, maybe, get them off or whatever. It's just that when you look at Elvis Fields, when you look at the different things, when you look at the whole Odinism line, it's just like I said, if you can start with the crime scene photos in a sense and look at those sticks and look at that F and kind of go like, wait, the story that they're saying is a very far-fetched from what, say, Odinism is. There was, who was it yesterday? It was Court TV. Oh my God, I swear to God, Chris Todd, please refrain from going on Court TV. Okay, dude? Seriously. Every time he goes on there, he sounds like more of a moron by the minute. Can't help it. Like, seriously. On there. Like, the guy still is sitting there going, and one of the people involved that's is dead now. And he's like, and then he'll sit there and say, well, I want to talk about certain things, but you don't let me, basically, Vinny. That's all you kind of seen of him yesterday. Dude, Ron Logan did not commit this, okay? You don't, your book's not going to sell, because you, I'm sorry, but why bring him on? He's like such a doofus. Like, I can't even believe that Vinny brings that guy on. If anyone knows Chris Todd, he has that book, Forest in the Trees, that came out a month before Richard Allen was arrested, and he still believes that, on there. But anyways, they had on this lady that was, with something heathenry or whatever.
Oh, I liked her.
Yeah, right, because it's like about time when they bring on an expert that's like in the field of what they're talking about. But yeah, and then it made me laugh when she's like, an odonite is a rock, it's a mineral or whatever.
That would make Tom Weber very happy, because if you ever want to annoy Tom Weber, call Odinist Odinites.
Right. Georgian, what's this say? Okay. Hello, Johnny.
I didn't watch all of that Court TV thing. Someone had sent it to me, and I watched a little portion of it. I saw it was Murder Sheet, and then Bob Motta, and then I can't remember who the other people were, but I did like the female you're talking about. I saw saw part of her talking.
Yeah. I can't with Chris Todd. Sorry, Chris Todd. I know that that you're a big jerk, but I can't stand that Vinny entertains someone like that. But hey,
at least he solved John Bonet.
Right. You're right. I'm pretty sure OJ too wasn't not OJ as well. Seriously. But anyways, so
Travis, that made me laugh.
Travis says, so if Adam and I are robbing a bank and Adam accidentally shoots and kills me, he could be charged with felony murder. Have you guys been talking about this plan? And when do we expect it to, come out on Netflix?
No, I'm not. I don't like to break rules like that. So I get nervous. I get nervous if I have to go into the bank to make a deposit or a withdrawal, let alone rob the place.
Okay, can I tell you something funny then?
Sorry, I would have anxiety over the idea of it.
I gotta tell you something funny. So, okay, so typically my husband, when we go downstairs from the apartment or whatever, and typically he takes the garbage out, and then I just meet him at our vehicle. Yeah, so a couple times lately he's like, "Well, why don't you take the garbage and I'll just pick you up at the gate there?" Right? Okay, so I'm going in, and the garbage, pew, it's freaking stinks ass. It makes me want to vomit just entering those stupid things. But anyways, so I'm going in there, and obviously this has to do with working in true crime, because I'm like, what if there's somebody hiding behind dumpster and somebody just pops out, right? And that's all I'm thinking. I never ever think that. I just go in, throw the garbage away, but I'm legitly going, anybody here? Anybody? Because it's like quite a big garbage room, right? That's how far my brain wants to go now. And I'm just like, but it could happen. It could happen. Could happen. You never know. Just saying.
Yeah, I told you I would cover your case.
You'd be a grifter off of it, more like it. Right?
I might cross that line there.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll just shoot some arrows down from heaven with some freaking fire at the end. Okay.
Day 312, they still haven't found her.
Oops, they found her. Get back hiding.
I'm kidding.
Support staff, if Rick had been charged with capital murder, they would have to appoint him the death penalty I can't see like his like Richard Allen being like a death penalty type case. Is it? Like,
I mean, it technically still could be, but no one has mentioned it. So,
yeah, I don't see it going that route whatsoever myself.
right. Rosie, if I remember correctly, was DP certified. And I believe I can't remember if it's Scrimmin or Librato. Which one's the
Librato is a Baldy.
Yeah, I think that he is DP certified. When they first got appointed, I looked it up and I forgot now which one.
Yeah. Share.
But Indiana hasn't put an inmate to death. I think Eric Rudolph was the last one. Am I right with that? Indiana people?
Ooh, Rudolph.
Not Eric Rudolph. Who am I thinking of? Oh my goodness.
Don't know, but I'm out of eggnog. That was good.
Sorry, I haven't had a complete brain lapse there for a
minute. It's okay. It will come back. Is Santa there too? We go every year for lighting. Sonny, if Alan gets off, it's because he's innocent or because of mess up by prosecution. Yeah, I'm going to probably take the latter on that one, to be honest with you. That will be my thing, my fear. I believe that Richard Allen is guilty. 99.99999% but I'm just all worried about it because of the mess that this case has become and started with from day one. But I want you guys to know, over there in Indiana, you guys got like Indy passes 200 total homicides for the 4th year in a row following a weekend double homicide. Now this was put out right towards was it at the end of, no, it was in November here. Let me just look at the date actually. When was November 20th, okay? So that was only like a week ago. Okay, so it says Indianapolis for the 4th year in a row. Indianapolis has seen more than 200 suicides. Yeah, over there. And anyways, so it's like right down here, I think. Okay, so to date, 201 homicides is lower compared to the time frame in 2020, 2021, and 2022, but still significantly higher than any other year prior to the pandemic. In 2019, there were 151 homicides to this date before the city ended with the 172. Anyways, that's a lot, and unnecessary deaths. It's just crazy, to be honest with you. Like, what do we get? Maybe probably like 15, 10, 4, 5. Not even sure, actually. What's Travis? Okay, wait. Are you talking about trees over here? And then we got Travis. What'd you say? Excuse me. Did they allege an aggravating circumstance in the charging instrument, which there would be the information signed by the DA after the judge finds probable cause? Did they?
Don't know.
I'm
not quite sure.
I don't think so. Did they allege an aggravating
I don't
circumstance?
Think so. What would be an aggravating circumstance? Maybe I'm just not understanding what would be an aggravating circumstance.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. Thank you, Cheryl.
What'd Cheryl say?
The last person that was,
Winkles
in Indiana was in 2009. So it's been 14, almost 15 years.
Okay. It would say kidnapping. He said it would say kidnapping and or torture.
Did he have a kidnapping charge? He did have a kidnapping charge.
Yeah.
Because in Indiana law, I mean, the definition of kidnapping is
2.
What? 2 kidnapping charges.
Like on his Talking about like on my case.
When he was originally charged, was he charged with? Was he? I'm trying to remember if he was just charged with felony murder, if he was charged with kidnapping and felony murder.
It was okay. So he was charged with. I should know this because I was just there not too long ago. Search. He was charged with murder. 35 dash
So that's all.
-1 and then in brackets 2, meaning felony murder. Yeah. Show all charges. Yeah. Original probable cause. That's a hearing. And that's just other shit. Okay, wait, what does Travis say? Anything to that? So he has an official charge of kidnapping. Well,
no.
Well, how do we explain this? So
no, there would be a separate charge, and no, I think he's just charged with felony murder.
He's right. Which underneath number 2 is kidnapping.
On the Indiana Code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I remember is people saying that that Indiana. Hey.
I said that got me confused for a minute because I was like, well, I know that the kidnapping was mentioned, but the kidnapping is just because that's listed under the Indiana Code.
Number 2.
For reasons you can be charged with felony murder.
Right.
So, but no, Travis, he does not have an official charge of kidnapping.
Right. Someone said that because I just remember people always saying Indiana's like different, how they like it's not like it's first degree, second degree, and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah. So it's that charge in brackets 2, felony murder, and in that list, obviously, it's not any of the other things. Right. It's where's that thing anyway?
Hey, Cindy, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take my brain off and screw it back on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Felony murder. So, yeah. So kidnapping, because it's not any of the other ones. So felony murder for kidnapping. If I seen kidnapping in some sort of paperwork, I forget, to be honest with you. But I think it's just deemed as falls underneath the category of number 2. Yep. Oh, I hear my husband swearing as he's gaming. There's a shocker. I believe here in Indiana we only have felony. Well, it's murder. It's just that one is knowingly or intentionally killing. So it's all underneath like murder. But it just depends which of those 4 categories it falls underneath. And so his falls underneath category 2, felony murder. It's not fetal homicide. It's not drug-related murder. And it's not the knowing or intentionally, I guess knowingly or intentionally. So, but anyways, category 2, which is felony murder, which are in there, is kidnapping. And that was the whole thing. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, murder is murder, but, but then there's first degree, second degree, different ones in other states and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, murder is murder. It just depends on what charge it is. Well, I mean, again, bring that right back up. Felony murder. A person can be charged with murder if they kill another human while committing or attempting to commit certain felonies. These felonies include burglary, CM, consumer product, kidnapping, RAPE, robbery, human trafficking, and more. So, oh, and then the top right here, obviously, knowing or intentionally killing another human being, to first and most fundamental element of murder is causing the death of another person, knowingly or intentionally. This means that a person who takes someone else's life with an intent to do so will be charged with murder. So, hi, Sissy, how are you? Right. What's Travis say? Felony murder, someone dies as commission of another felony, and there's no requirement that it be knowingly or intentional. I'm not sure what, like, Daniel was talking on Drunk Turk Show, was talking about enhancements and stuff like that. And then I just seen, Sleuthy in chat talking about it or whatever. And then she's like basically saying, no, that's not it. And so I just wanted to go back to this, to go back to his charges and pull it up just because exactly, like, I mean, this is what the Indiana law says. I don't think Nikki has felt anything further than the kidnapping of those girls that lead to their murder. So not aggravated murder. No. Felonies include, that's your clue. What is that you are reading from? You need the actual. Well, what do you mean? It's from the Indiana. Like, this is from, let's see, Indianapolis, Lake County, Indy, Big Sur law. Like, that's not going to say anything different, so I'm confused. Like, that's what it is.
It's taking that section directly from the Indiana code.
Yeah, because we've already read this before from the Indiana code when it happened. Right. You don't have any different degrees, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Proves you guilty. Justice different. Travis says, do you have what information, Travis? Do you have the information? I'm not sure what he's referring to. Like the stuff that's in front of us. No proof of intent. Death needed. I also believe he's intended to kill, not just kill. Yeah, but it's just, I guess it's what they can get him,
Will you let Travis know the code number so he can look it up? And then Travis, you can read it and see if it says anything.
No, this isn't someone's explanation.
It's from a lawyer's website, but it's taking this section directly from the code. But which code number is it? So Travis can look it up. So
35-42-1-1.
There you go.
Yeah, this is from the law firm of BH Hicks, but it's the same. Hey, honey.
They do give their explanation of it, but I think that is directly from the code.
Yeah. Let's see here.
3542.
Indiana code right here. Same thing. Let's see here. Justice. That one. Oh, that one's justice at law. So it's saying Indiana as well. That's not a good one. And this thing says exact same thing. Yeah. Right. That's exactly it, Alexa. Like, that's just it. It's like oops.
The Indiana Code 35 is only 881 pages long.
And within that is this.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to another way, like meaning I'm pretty sure the law company isn't going to cite stuff that's wrong considering they're in Indianapolis and all that, but
you didn't get that from Baldwin and Rosie's city. Okay.
No. Wait, what is Travis says? Wait, criminal covent. What's 3542 4-2 though? But that's I'm just getting confused here because the code is 35-42-1-1.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why before it's repeal kidnapping, rape, yeah, who right to promote. Mustang, I've heard Sunny and Steve say I was in a room. Smart ass. Oh no.
So Indiana, okay, I've got it pulled up. Indiana Code 35-42-1-1. That is the charge of murder in Indiana. And I'm on the indiana.gov website. And it says, a person who knowingly or intentionally kills another human being. 2, which is what Richard Allen's charge is, kills another human being while committing or attempting to commit arson, burglary, child molesting, consumer product tampering, criminal deviant conduct under IC 35-42-42. That's what Travis was referring to before its repeal.
Okay.
Kidnapping, rape, robbery, human trafficking, promotion, human labor trafficking. So yeah, it's reading exactly the same.
Okay, so that's the set. You have to read it in order. That's the middle part. Okay, but I'm not okay. I'm just confused. Like, but I'm not sure what the point is of this because it's like he's being charged with number 2. So am I being dumb here? Because like it still the bottom line is it's the murder charge underneath the felony murder.
Yeah, because his charge is murder
for kidnapping, but the charge is murder. Correct, but murder being a felony murder for kidnapping. Like, so I just don't know what point I'm missing here. Am I missing? Like, what am I missing? that we're not saying properly? That's why I'm confused.
Because Travis would have to come out and tell us.
No, we need a charging document, and I can't answer that for you. Adam, did you disappear?
I'm here.
Yeah, but like, what information? That's what I don't get. What piece of paper is he wanting to see?
The charging document.
Yeah, what have we seen the charging document? Like we're talking like.
Well,
like,
I mean, we can look it up, and we can. I mean,
well,
we can talk
I just don't get it because it's clearly on my case.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we can. It's called an information.
The charging document is called an information. And so this document is where? Massage. Yeah. Like,
okay, hold on.
Are you looking at something? Like, well, I'm at a loss. Maybe it's sealed. Well,
it is. Yeah, I think I. Wait. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just that I'm not going to sit there and try to unearth 118 documents tonight to remember about that. That's all. If it's in that document dump stuff. Where's Ivy Rose? Ivy, where are you? I know everything is so expensive. How many spot there?
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to go back through. I mean, I'd have to go back and find it because, they originally ordered it sealed when they ordered the probable cause affidavit sealed, and I literally have to go back through all of my my PDFs to find it.
But you can't answer. You can't answer the questions you were asking without the charging instrument. I'm not almost a lawyer, Travis. Don't know what question it is, though. I don't know that we asked a question. As much as as much as it is that we're just
Travis had asked about aggravating circumstances in addition, and I think both of us said, we didn't know the answer to that.
Yeah. Just send it to me when you find it, and I can mark it up. Like I said, maybe it's in that 118 document dump stuff that's not labeled. So, yeah. Happy anniversary, Charmaine. Okay, you guys. I want to go, and I'm gonna play from. We're gonna go over to Murdaugh at this moment, and I'm gonna pull that up. Right here. So we're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're just gonna watch like 10 minutes of it, basically. Okay, guys. So Alex Murdaugh had court today. Remember, he's pled guilty to all of those. What do you want to call it? What's the word for it? Theft, extortion, all that stuff that he took. All those many cases where he took money from his clients and different things. Anyway, he pled guilty to all of them. He got his sentencing today and stuff like that. But anyways, and he spent 45 minutes apologizing. Seriously, that was so freaking long. Anyways, so we're just gonna watch a little bit of that from the court TV. Is this gonna be on? Is what gonna be on Netflix? Delphi? Adam, are you slower than me today? Talking about Delphi?
No, he's talking about because the Alec Murdaugh thing's been on Netflix they've done 2 seasons of it now.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to watch Netflix, and I really don't, to be honest with you. I don't have enough iPad space to watch it. No, I usually don't watch documentaries unless I don't usually watch documentaries too often. I used to have Netflix, but it doesn't fit on my iPad. It hogs my resources, so I never ever watch Netflix anymore. To be honest with you, I sometimes my husband he'll pull up Prime, and that, but no. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Criminal and civil courts for years as generations of Murdaugh men served as the local solicitor, deciding who would and who would not be prosecuted. Then they earned millions of dollars controlling one of the most powerful personal injury firms around. He had a sprawling estate, a beach home, and enjoyed lavish trips around the country and around the world. Then his world came crashing down. First, his son Paul crashed the family boat, killing Mallory Beach. Then his financial fraud was uncovered by his law firm. His career and financial world was falling apart. Then he annihilated his own family by gunning down his son Paul and his wife Maggie. Then he staged an attempt on his own life. And finally, he sat in court as the prosecution exposed all of his criminal behavior for the world to see as he was convicted of double murder. Today, he was back in court being sentenced once again for all of his state financial crimes. And tonight, we are live from the Low Country with all the big moments as we continue our investigation of America's most notorious former lawyer, Alec Murdaugh.
I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. Great to have you aboard. I still don't trust him, Alec Murdaugh. Doesn't matter what he says. Doesn't matter what he says, what he does. I do not trust him now and will never trust him. I always will think in the back of my mind he's got some ulterior motive, some plan B that he's working on, and somehow is trying to manipulate people and manipulate the system. That's what he's proven to me. That's exactly what he's proven to me. And that's still what I feel and I hear when he speaks. Now, today he was speaking, he was back in front of Judge Newman, perhaps for the last time, should be for the last time, but who knows? Who knows with Alec Murdaugh? What's up his sleeves, right? They should give him short sleeves all the time so we can make sure there's nothing up his sleeves. He should be wearing tank tops for the rest of his life. But back in front of Judge Newman, who's getting close to retirement. And, you know, these two have a history now, obviously. And a big part of him wanting to get a new trial is to get Judge Newman off the case. Didn't want Judge Newman on this case to begin with Feels like, I guess, the judge has it in for him for whatever reason. Although history has told us that Judge Newman, like the fairest judge, one of the fairest judges we've ever seen here on Court TV through the years. This isn't the only trial that we've seen his work, and I think it speaks for itself. But today was a wild day back in the Low Country, South Carolina. Alec Murdaugh getting another opportunity to speak. And we also got to hear from victims, the financial crimes, all this money he was stealing from people. And you think about who his victims were. In this case, these are people who really needed the money. People, people make fun of and attack those attorneys you see in the commercials, personal injuries attorneys, plaintiffs' attorneys, but they do important work, like really important work, because people do get hurt. People do suffer incredible losses where they're not able to work, where they're not able to do things, they're not able to enjoy life the way they should because of what someone else did. That's what our civil system is set up for. And a lot of these people, they don't have the wherewithal on their own to try to make their life closer to where it should be after these horrific injuries that they've suffered. And that's who he was stealing from. That's whose money he was taking, the people he was defrauding, people who trusted him. Also taken from his law firm as well. So we're going to talk about what happened in court today. We're also going to talk about Becky Hill. What about Becky? What is going on in the investigation? Because that will directly impact the double murder conviction. All of this is related. So we're going to get into what's going on with Becky Hill. But first, we're going to talk about what happened in court today in the Low Country. As I said, back in front of Judge Newman. And Judge Newman, I think he's hoping for the last time in court with Alec Murdaugh. Take a listen.
It was September of 2021 when the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court assigned me to preside over the pending investigations involving the various offenses that you are being investigated for, initially including these financial crimes and the murder cases. And I have lived with this case now for over 2 years. And I have 34 days left before active retirement. And after imposing this sentence, your life will continue. I will turn the page and leave you behind. You're quite an enigma, a person that many of us thought we knew. And as I stated earlier, I can only recall you as being a fun-loving, happy person. I've never seen you sad. I've never seen you being anything other than a friendly, caring person. And it's so disappointing to see you again in this setting. I believe the last time we saw each other and you were not in jail was at a conference when you were poolside having a good time. And as it turns out, that was a couple of months after the passing of your wife and son. But you were having a good time, made nothing of it. And then the Labor Day weekend events occurred, and next thing I know, I'm assigned to preside over all of your matters. Not on your matters, but others as well. And we started out with over 100 charges, indictments against various folks. And we've whittled that down to just a handful outstanding. And I'm happy to turn the page and turn, not turn the remnants over to anyone else, but to certainly turn over anything pending against you to someone else. You have one 20-year sentence and a consecutive 7-year sentence for a total sentence of 27 years. Most of the offenses pled to are serious offenses under the law. Subjects you to the 3 strikes law. You are given credit for time served pursuant to Section 241340 to be calculated by the South Carolina Department of Corrections.
It's still shocking to me, though. It's still shocking to me to someone who was born into what he was born into and given so much, ends up taking so much from others, including the lives of 2 members of his family. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter, joining us live tonight from the Low Country. Was down inside the courtroom for all of this. It was a big day. That was the ending of Alec Murdaugh's financial crimes case right there. But a lot happened before that today, so I want to get into that with you, Chanley. Let's start first with Alec Murdaugh himself. And what did he have to say today?
Vinny, it was really unlike any sentencing hearing that I've attended when the defendant rises to make a statement, asked to turn towards the gallery and speak directly to the victims who showed up to speak against him at the sentencing. And he rambled on, almost like relishing the time in the spotlight, center of attention in the courtroom for nearly an hour. A lot of the times I would look to the victim's family members and they would be rolling their eyes or nodding their heads, some even answering him verbally to some of the things that he would say as he looked directly at them for most of the time and apologized. Let's take a listen to some of his statement.
I hope that the time will come when you can look back and know that despite the things that I did, that I care about each one of you. Because I did. I did terrible things. Each of you placed your trust in me. I was very proud of that. And I'm still today honored by that fact. That I deceived each of you. My wife loved you. And you are absolutely right about everything you said. But you are dead wrong about one thing, and I would never hurt Maggie, and I would never hurt Paul. And it is important to me that you know that. Well, Buster, I am so sorry that I let you down. I am so sorry that I have not been able to be with you. During such hard times. I am so sorry that I did so many things that are so contradictory to every single thing Mom and I ever talked to you and Paul.
And Vinny, remember during his double murder trial testimony from his colleagues, and they would brag about Alec Murdaugh's talent in front of a jury, delivering closing arguments in many of the civil trials that he then turned and stole millions from his clients. About 30, 40 minutes in, that's sitting in the courtroom, that's what I thought about. Is this the Alec Murdaugh that we're watching, someone who just turned it back on for the world to see?
And I remember those descriptions that he would be able to cry as an attorney representing his clients, yes. Cry in front of the jury. And that's kind of what we were seeing there today.
exactly what I thought of as I watched him deliver. And it did drone on to the point that some people actually got up and left the gallery as he continued to speak, Vinny.
And another important part, he's still denying the murders. And it seemed like he was, do we know who he was directly addressing at that moment in denying and saying, I want to make sure you know that? Was it the whole crowd?
Yes. He first brought it up when he was responding to the victim impact statements of his best friend growing up, Jordan Jinks, one of the most powerful statements we heard today in the courtroom, because Jordan Jinks said that it wasn't until, betraying his trust, stealing money from him, and then hearing what he heard in the murder trial that he believes Alec Murdaugh is a different person. And Alec, when he first started to speak, he pointed to Jordan Jinks and says, "You're dead wrong. I would never hurt Mags and Pawpaw." He kept using those terms over again, and he said it a couple of times during his speech inside the courtroom today. He even said it was but for his opioid addiction, Vinny, and the money that he was spending that caused him to have to steal all this money from his clients that put him on the radar. He blames that as making him the #1 suspect in the murders of his wife and son, instead of the resources going to find what he said was the true murderer or murderers.
Yeah, he lied about where he was at the time of the murders. I mean, we can't forget that. Okay, so you mentioned the victim impact statements, and that's obviously always, from my perspective, and I think everyone's perspective, the most important part of a sentencing hearing. What happened today?
To be in the courtroom, this was the victim's day in court. I spoke to many of them after the conclusion of the hearing, and they told me about how this was healing to them to be able to stand, Vinny, to look this man in the eye and tell them whatever they wanted to say, including, I said, Jordan Jinks, who their fathers were best friends. They were best friends growing up, as well as the sons of his former housekeeper who died in the trip and fall at Moselle. Let's take a listen.
I've been waiting on this day to look in your eyes. What kind of animal are you? I'm not here to be your judge. Ultimately, that belongs to the good Lord and Savior. But may he have mercy on your soul. The money you stole from me, you could have asked me for it and I would have gave it to you if that's how I felt about you and your family. You didn't have to steal it from me, man.
You lied, you cheated, you stole, you betrayed me and my family and everybody else. And you did it at a cost of my mom's death, first of all. A couple Octobers ago, you wrote a half-hearted, I'm sorry letter, which was half-hearted because your actions did not follow through that you were really sorry. So I'm going to read you. I have an apology. I'm sorry that you feel like you had to betray us, steal from us, cheat us, and lie to us.
Even while the victims, and many of them, did not mince words towards Alec Murdaugh, Vinny, the overwhelming theme throughout their entire speeches was forgiveness. They overwhelmingly forgiving him for what he did and accepting his apologies.
Just good people. They're good people. And he took advantage of that. He absolutely took advantage of that. What I like about the way they did this today, and they don't do it in all jurisdictions, and I know different jurisdictions have different rules, but allowing victims to speak directly to the defendant, that's the way to do it, to be able to look at him, not run everything through the court. To me, that's not what that process should be about. They're victims. Give them a moment to heal. And as you said, that's how they felt today. And I think it's because of the way Judge Newman allowed them to do that. So how about after the sentencing today?
Well, we heard some reaction from both sides. Of course, Murdaugh's attorney spoke to a gaggle of media outside this courthouse, and I actually caught up with the star prosecutor, Creighton Waters, and this is what both sides had to tell us.
The whole pattern of his borrowing and spending would indicate he was spending the money on something, we believe drugs, and if you look at the checks just written to Eddie Smith, and other people we know he bought drugs from. It's almost $5 million of money that was written either drug dealer or written to drug dealers. And, and the rest was spent on paying back loan. I mean, look, if you go through it, there's no extra money there.
The deal that we worked out would be 27 consecutive at 85%. So to get those numbers where they are, that was what the deal was going to be. I think for Alec, you'd have to ask him what his motives are. Ultimately, maybe there's a slight chance that he gets the murder convictions flipped. But if that happens, we're just going to retry him. So, what he gains from this, you have to ask him. What we gain is finality and certainty and a result that is more heavy for these types of offenses than anyone can ever remember, state or federal, across the country.
I love it when he said they're just going to retry him.
I think that's good enough for that. Anyways, I don't know. There is a big POS on my list on there. To me, it's just like acting 101. I don't even I remember when I was watching earlier too, and he's just like turns to the judge, which is so cute. He's so cute, by the way. Reminds me of little Webster. And he just has this little smile. And even when he was saying lunchtime, he's like, well, we're going to take a 45-minute break. He's like,
and the poor guy's been trying to retire all year.
I know, right? But I remember even when he was turning to the judge, and he's like, and judge, and then he's like hesitating for at least what felt like 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. And he's like, I promise that I'm going to be a better person, and I'm going to help out anyone I can in jail, prison, judge, or whatever. And but it's like there's this big, this big moment of lapse there. Where it's like, really, you have to find the words still, like 20 seconds in. Anyways, all I can say is, you do the crime, you do the time. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Like I said, you lied about where you were. And thankfully was it TikTok? The TikTok video? I think it was. Or was it a TikTok that it was that his voice was on it, which proved that he was there.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat. Thank you. And stuff like that. This guy's just all over the map, right? Like it's like, his Maggie, and Pawpaw, and then all these crimes and to do with some sort of drug addiction. Then he starts preaching about that, like this whole thing, like I've had time to reflect, and I still don't understand how I became the person I am today. And, but hey, there's a lot of great treatments out there for you guys, just so you know.
Right.
I know, look at her face. She probably liked that. It's kind of like when someone took a picture of me at Christmas, always with food in my mouth. It's like, really? Do you guys just do that on purpose? And then you put yourself in the picture that looks good, and then you put me in the picture that looks like I got 5 chins down and food in my mouth type of thing on there. Anyways, so there's still the Stephen Smith case that needs to, hopefully be solved at some point. And Gloria, what's happening with her actually? Gloria, the housekeeper.
I'm not sure what's going on with their case.
It's like it
is a funny face. Sorry.
And it's just his father and his father's fathers, they're obviously rolling in their grave, at the way what he's done to people and how one man can impact so many people's lives on there. Anyway, I did want to show you this because Adam sent it to me. I was trying to look for it too as the video was playing.
Right. And I sent you both of the charges.
Well, they were the same paper. I'm pretty sure.
They're the same thing, but there's count 1 and then count 2.
Yeah. So
and you can send that to Travis so that he can look over it too.
So what's different about it?
No, I mean, I don't see anything on here that isn't what we already were talking about. But
to commit kidnapping of victim 2.
Right.
While
This
committing,
yeah, and this was the charging document. It says information. It was 11/29/22, and I'll just read it really quick. But it says Nicholas McClellan, being first duly sworn upon his oath, says that on February 13th, 2017, in the county of Carroll, state of Indiana, Richard M. Allen did kill another human being, to wit, victim 1, while committing or attempting to commit kidnapping of victim 1. All of which is contrary to the form of the statute in the cases made and provided, to wit, IC 35-42-1-1 parentheses 2, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. I affirm under the penalty of perjury as specified in IC 3544-121 that the foregoing representations are true.
yeah. So this one had.
That's all it says.
I knew we seen it.
Yeah.
I just didn't remember where.
We got it the same day that we got the redacted probable cause affidavit.
There's so much paperwork. There's so much with this case.
Yeah. I mean, it took me. I barely even listened to the Murdaugh video because I was going back through all of my files to find it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing too. And then all of a sudden, and then I was like, I gotta go to the washroom, need to get a drink, and then I come back and I'm here, ding, ding, and I'm like, I haven't found it on there.
Yeah, exactly. Count 1 is victim 1, count 2 is victim 2. So yeah. And the documents are the same. They just say
victim
count
1,
one, count 2.
Yeah.
And victim 1, victim 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what we said.
I was gonna say
so
that's what we said.
High five on that, Sonny. But how does that impact it being a possible DP case? I guess is what Travis was kind of looking for the answer for, and we don't know the answer to that, right?
No. Yeah. Oh, Delphi, you're such a headache. My brain hurts every night it goes to sleep. It tries to understand. I'm trying
to go to sleep every night, Sonny.
I know. Oh my goodness. It was, I was sitting there. I think it was about 3:00, and I was watching the Ashley Garth interview that Case by Case did, showing the Ashley Garth, I guess, her first interview. I'm so sorry. And Case by Case knows that, she's like, in favor of Ashley's innocence. I can't see that side. And especially after watching that interview, it's okay. This is what's funny, right? Alexa. And Alexa would be the perfect person on this one to watch some of that stuff, the body language. It's so funny. So Ashley Garth, even though she's mumbling throughout that interview a lot, because meaning her audio seems to suck versus whatever amongst her crying in tears. But it's so funny how when she's talking about Garrett Kurtz and how he treated her, yeah, and he just, tape me up, wrap my own things, and then drag me around the house and blah, 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 blah. Okay, on and on. The detective saying, okay, let's stop playing the games. We know who was there. So tell us from the moment that Nicole, that you got to the trailer, what happened? That's was yanking teeth. It's so funny how she could just talk about herself, and how Garrett Kurtz treated her. But it was moving a mountain.
I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim.
But
right.
it's so amazing.
Nicole's children are the victims here.
Nicole's children, other people, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that always ceases to amaze me is just watching somebody ramble on when they're talking about themselves, and yet when it's involved, hey honey, do you need me? No. Okay. He meant yes, but he just meant no, not the second. Yes, but yeah, and then, but anyway,
Honey, we need you.
but anyways, yeah. So and then you watch their whole thing change, and it was like, can you just say who's there? Like, that's all you heard. Really? Oh, tears stopped. Let's talk about you now. Oh, you're the victim. Oh, okay. Interesting watching these videos that she's putting out, though, of Jasmine Parker. And, actually, to be honest with you, and it's only because I was messaging Ginger yesterday, because I messaged Ginger yesterday, and I was like, she's a crock. She got crock of shit. She's just a little liar, meaning Ashley Garth. And that's why I remember that Travis was on her show, on one of the shows with her. And only because when Travis, sorry, but I like to know who I'm dealing with. So when Travis was first in our channel, right, I wanted to go see who Travis was, to see like where he was from, because he came into the chat that night. So, but anyways, so I Googled him to see if he had been on any other YouTube channels as well. And it was only because Ginger said that it reminded me, oh yes, because I remember you were on Travis. I'm sure you obviously remember, with Amy, whatever her last name is, Amy, but case by case, but I can't remember if it was on that channel or another one. But anyways, because I think that you were on a couple of channels at some point where you were helping out as a lawyer, giving your input or whatever. I just like to know who I'm dealing with, type of thing. Simple as that. So, but I Travis, if you recall, I was told you I'd already looked you up and stuff like that, because I knew he was from Austin, Texas. I like to do my homework on somebody.
Well, you should.
Yeah,
especially when you're inviting someone like normal people would never think someone would lie about being a lawyer or something. And of course, Travis is a real lawyer. But you'd be amazed at the amount of people that would like claim to be a lawyer. I mean, I've even talked to people that are like, "Oh, I'm basically a lawyer."
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't know shit about the law. Excuse my language. But no, yeah. I mean, I would never let someone on that we didn't vet. But sure, you're well, except unless you say you're an arborist. If you say you're an arborist, we will let you on. Right, Sonny?
Exactly. Steffel. Okay, so Travis says, so notice there is no knowing or intentionally in that. They don't allege kidnapping as an aggravating factor yet, so the death penalty is still open. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan Hardiman. How are you? Nice face. I know that's probably somebody else's face, but I don't know who it is, though, but it's some actor. I feel like the gun might... Hey?
I'm sure it's his.
I don't think so. No. That looks like one that's from a show or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Unless it is. If you tell me it is. I'm probably not going to turn any shade of red, though. I feel like the gun might have been an empty threat. How likely is it the bridge guy would have actually fired the gun? Yeah, no, that was to me an empty threat. Like, that to me for sure. I mean, sometimes things happen, and then what you intended to do might be different than actually what happens. But the whole gun thing, obviously, who's not afraid of a gun in their face, But I still kind of believe that he, cocked his gun back up there, went down when he was at the crime scene, forgot that he had cocked it. And then that's when the empty, unspent casing fell out. And honestly, it looks like the leaves. So he might not have noticed it. Maybe he did, couldn't find it. Who knows? But I think it was just simply a means of the threat. I think the gun was just to scare the girls. The bullet wasn't fired. It was just ejected. Maybe hit one of the girls with a gun on the head. Right, exactly. What if you say you're an Odinite? Well, you're a fine looking piece of rock then. That's what I gotta say. I have my own tree school if anyone is looking to learn about trees and stuff. Oh, it is his face. Is that really your face? Oops, my bad. I was like looking at it and I was thinking of a movie inside my head. And it's so little to me. So all I see is this. Okay, maybe you have white teeth and it just stands out. My bad then.
What's wrong with white teeth?
Nothing. It's just that it's just from my view, all I see is this face doing this.
Wait. Hey, before Charmaine goes, can Sunny? She asked earlier, but you didn't do it. Can you say hi to her mom and dad for her?
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Where was it? Hi, mom and dad. Don't worry, I'm a better daughter than your son Charmaine is for sure.
Your son
Adopt
Charmaine.
me. What?
Your son Charmaine.
No, did I say son? Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a better daughter. Okay, I guess I supposedly have testicles too.
Hey, mom and dad.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's fine. Keep it boring and simple. Hi, mom and dad. We love you. And
I
it's a crime
winked.
and shame. Yeah. What is that? Does that get us any Christmas pudding or anything like that, Charmaine? Is there any benefit to our side from doing that? Not some. I can't have caramel. I feel like there's got to be something in there. And that is going to cost millions. Just throw away the key. I know that isn't very proper. When did Charmaine ask that anyway?
At like the very beginning of the live.
At the very beginning of the live?
Yeah.
Well, shit, Adam.
So like an hour and a half ago.
You're only telling me this now?
Squirrel. It just came back into my mind.
Didn't see it. Yeah. Charmaine's probably going, that's the last time I ever donate to you fuckers.
No memberships tonight.
100 people would have heard. Well, we're just going to have to tell her to play it up the replay crew at 1:36 mark. People would have heard, those two young girls would have been so frightened. What sticks in my head, Ryan, with your actual face, I'm talking about Ryan, what is the fact of when you listen to the Down the Hill documentary and they're talking to the couple of the LE officers and they're asking, about listening to the audio from, of course, the girls when it happened, the Down the Hill, whatever Libby recorded on the phone, how you could see that they were just in such pain because you're literally knowing what transpired in the end and you're having to hear these, girls. It's just so heartbreaking. I can't help but always think of how sad it was listening to them talk about that. That's what makes this just all hard in general is that, Abby and Libby, 13 and 14, on a beautiful, off school snow day type of thing. They're just going out. Do you know what I mean? It always is a reminder how fast life can change. And something like that, you would never in your wildest dreams expect that would happen in Delphi, Indiana, that two girls would just go to the bridge and never to come home again, never to be able to hold them, hug them, hear them, talk to them. It's just sad. And it's not their case alone. It's any case. I feel the utmost sadness for anyone that has to, experience that type of pain in their life. It's bad enough when you lose someone just in a regular way, but to know that happened, and to know that Mitch Westerman took it upon himself to go take photos of the crime scene, and then, those make it out into the public in a sense. Maybe not publicly online yet. Hopefully those never come to the surface, but they're definitely in the background, and a lot of people have them, including us. And it's just really sad that somebody felt the need that they needed to put those out there,
Yep.
I won't understand it until it hits court, and maybe we'll get some answers. I sit there every night trying to understand why. I'm trying to okay, I can understand, like I said, if someone said, you know what, Garrett Kurtz was part of this. Someone said Paladinos were part of this. Someone said, that this meth head or this whatever was part of it. If someone were to say that, it was a revenge thing, to Libby's dad, type of thing, that I can handle. Richard Allen, I try to make sense of the story in a sense behind Richard Allen, and I just can't make sense of it. I can't make
because you don't have all the information.
And that's just it. So if you guys could just hand over the discovery, I'd be happy with that. I mean, if you guys got the goods on him, just keep that piece to yourself. Don't worry. We'll just have the rest of it on there. But yeah, you just try to understand how this middle-aged man comes out of the woodwork, in a sense, to commit this crime in broad daylight, which seemed like it was in some sort of rush. And now you don't even know if it was pre-planned. Well, pre-planned in the sense that it was planned that someone was going to take, obviously, a life or two that day. But, it's just, there's way more questions. And I'm Richard Allen, he just doesn't make sense to me because there's nothing to back up showing that he was part of anything else or that he was part of some, ritualistic group. We don't know enough about him. If we knew that there was this history or something, and so at this day, I just can't make sense of where this connection is, if any, that Abby and Libby, because now it leaves you in your thoughts going, okay, well, was Abby and Libby only for the fact that they crossed the bridge that day and he was just looking for that opportunity of someone to cross the bridge? Or was it towards Abby and Libby? But if that's not the case, but why would one be shown so disrespected in the crime scene and the other one be shown like you said, Adam, as if she was asleep, like almost like a peaceful look. Whereas the other one is, Libby being obviously, left with nothing on besides. So that's where you go, okay, well, then that doesn't seem so random. It seems like it was a target towards Libby versus Abby. Unless it becomes that Libby, even though they say that there was no struggle, but not unless it becomes that, I don't know. Right. It doesn't make sense no matter how I look at it,
But that's because you don't know all the information. So, there could be a very easy to understand reason. We just don't know.
That's the thing, is that it's going to turn out to be that. It's going to turn out to be and fall into the category of most other crimes for the reason. Right. It's not going to be this weird, absurd, twisted thing. It's going to fall into that, but we just don't know what that is.
Right.
The moment.
Was it as simple as, and I'm speculating here, but was it as simple as, we know that Libby went to the trails often. I'm not suggesting geocaching had anything to do with it, but we know that she went to the trails to geocache. We know that she went there often. We know Richard Allen went there often. Is that where they crossed paths at one point? And, he, became, fascinated or something? Except I'm not saying that's, a real thing, but it's just as plausible as any of the other explanations people have come up with. So.
Just read this comment by Meg.
Yeah, so there was again, Meg, I'm sorry for that homicide that took place in your town today. I'm glad that they arrested someone, but I'm sure if you live in that area, you would suspect anyone that's been mentioned in this case. But yeah,
where's Meg from? What area?
Near Rushville, Indiana.
Yeah,
and there was a teen girl there was a homicide there, and they arrested someone for it. I posted the news article link in the chat earlier. But I'm glad that they arrested the guy.
Yep, they arrested him today. Oh, good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's scary especially when you live in a smaller area. excuse me, a smaller area, just because don't expect things like that to happen.
Yeah. It's truly sad, you know. Like, honestly, I could sit there all night long and just go from case to case to case to case, but you know, because of you know, like even being from Canada, like we cover a lot of stuff in Indiana here, and so that's always, you know, kind of like we always seem to notice that. So I didn't, because honestly, I wasn't looking at too much today with true crime. I was looking at a little bit, but I didn't know that it happened, and I didn't see it, Adam, in the chat. So very sad, but very glad that they caught the monster. Because
especially if she was essayed, like, that's sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And they're definitely sick. I know all of them, and they all have drug and alcohol addictions. Messer always gave me the creeps when he was around. You just can't tell he isn't right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that must be really like even for anyone, for Richard Allen, for anyone, that when their names like out there like that, you know, the impact, you know, when you know someone, it's like it just hits close to home when you know these people's names that are being brought up in the Delphi case. Let's see. Did the mother of the victim? Her name sounds familiar. Avatar. Yeah. Do. Let's see. Adam, do you have that thing still?
What?
I can pull it up.
What thing? That article?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've got to get going pretty soon, but I'm good for a while.
Okay, you just double talked yourself. I have to go pretty soon, but I can stay for a while.
I was just letting you know that I have to go relatively soon, but I'm okay for now.
Yeah. Okay. So let's bring up that for a minute.
Okay, you got it. I was talking, and then I said that. I was like, wait, who did I send that to?
Yeah, I know you sent it to me. Okay, so here, let's just make it a little bit bigger here. Okay, so what do we got here? So jail records show Patrick Scott has been booked into the Rush County Jail on a preliminary charge of murder, investigating to determine if the charge is related to the disappearance of 17-year-old Valerie Tyndall, or Tyndall, not sure how to pronounce that. Tyndall, let's say. The Rush County Sheriff's Office announced it is holding a press conference tomorrow at 2 p.m. to share a major case development in connection in the disappearance of her case. Let's see. The search continues for missing 17-year-old Valerie Tyndall as police descend upon the property of an Arlington man who has already been charged with false informing in connection in the missing persons case. Rush County teenager Valerie Tyndall vanished into obscurity 5 months ago on June 7th. Valerie, I didn't hear of this case up until now, to be honest with you. Valerie's mother, Sheena Sandifer, laminated previously that so far, the continued search for her daughter hasn't even turned up proof that Valerie's still alive.
I haven't heard that last name in a minute.
Yeah, right? She's a really good person, sweet kid. She worked hard. So they haven't found her. Have they found her or not found her at this point?
Yeah.
Which?
They found her.
Okay, so they did find her. Okay.
I believe. Yeah, they found her because they arrested him with.
I would assume that they probably found her, right? And that's why they arrested him. Let me just double check here.
Wait, is Meg still here? Did they not find her? Because I mean, if they've charged him already with that would.
Let's see here. On Tuesday, federal agents joined the local police in searching Patrick Scott's property in Arlington. This isn't the first time police have searched Scott's property in connection with Valerie's disappearance. Previously, authorities searched upon located.
So no, I don't. They have not found her, but she's been missing since.
Right.
June?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wonder if they'll do a plea deal in order for information to where she is with him. No, that's a different Sandifer. It's a different spelling. The Sandifer that you're talking about is with an I, not a E. This one's showing an E because there are a couple different Sandifers. According to the court documents, Valerie's family, the 17-year-old worked for Scott mowing lawns in summer and lived next to the man. Police said Valerie was reportedly seen with Scott the day she disappeared, and that Scott was reportedly seen driving Valerie's car. Court documents reveal that when Scott was questioned by police in the days after her disappearance, he at first lied to officers about the last time he saw Valerie, saying it was on Tuesday, and he claimed he hadn't seen her car. Scott later admitted to being with Valerie on Wednesday, June 7th, however, while also telling police he had driven Valerie's car and parked it at the Berwick Apartments in Shelbyville. Scott claimed he had dropped off Valerie in Homer on June 7th, where he last saw her get into a pale blue car with an unknown male. Of course she did. An unknown male with a blue car. He claimed the blue car then drove toward the direction of Rushville. According to the court documents, phone record shows Valerie's last known whereabouts before her phone went dead as being close to Arlington, not Homer. Scott told police he drove Valerie's car to the apartments on Thursday and went by at least twice since to check to see if her car was still parked there. On Tuesday, federal agents searched Scott's property. Valerie Tyndall's mother told Fox 59 that a witness told the family that Scott told Valerie he was taking her to lunch in Indianapolis the day she disappeared. Scott reportedly told the 17-year-old he was going to ask to take her someplace special. This account of events isn't mentioned in Scott's multiple June interviews with police. What's this? And so I'll just finish this out. In those interviews, Scott said he had met up with Valerie at the South High Gardens condominiums in Shelby on June 7th, and the two departed his landscaping truck and trailer. Scott told police that on the way to Rush County, Valerie asked him to stop in Homer, where she got out into the car of another individual. Scott told police he didn't know where Valerie was and gave officers his phone to search. Police found the last text messages sent to Valerie on Scott's phone were sent at 11:23 a.m. on June 7th and said, "I'll be there soon." Busted. Scott wrote her back twice at 5:70 on June 7th and at 2:46 p.m. asking where she was. Police said there was no response from Valerie, however, on Scott's phone. Sandifer claimed Scott kept track of her daughter's whereabouts using his iPhone, however, saying she and her husband felt like Scott tracked her like a jealous boyfriend. What does this say? She come home one day and said he had her on a 360, which I didn't even know it was. And I said, "What was that?" And she says where he tracks their phone because they all had the iPhone, and said, "Why does he have you on that? You're not his family. Why is he tracking you?" And she said, "I don't know. I don't see nothing wrong with it." Really? Like you don't see nothing wrong with that? I thought that was really peculiar. Oh, so he was okay. And then he would call my husband, and every time she was out doing something and tell him, "Oh, she's out here, she's out there." Like he was upset about it almost, and he wanted her over here. Sandifer said Scott tore down and burned a garage on his property at 2 a.m. in the weeks following her daughter's disappearance. Who tears down a garage at 2 o'clock in the morning? Russ McQuaid. We know that name.
Right.
Exactly. Scott, who recently turned 59, remains free on bond after his arrest on a misdemeanor count of false informing. He faces a January trial.
And Diana said, Diana, yeah, that is what she said. And if the very beginning of this article, I think the latest thing that's on the news for it is that she's still missing. But the most recent update says that the Rush County Sheriff's Office will be holding a press conference tomorrow at 2 p.m. to share a major case development in connection to the disappearance. So my bet is they did find her, and because Meg is local and she knows some of these people, she is aware that they found her. But I don't think they publicly released that information. But I bet that's what the press conference is for tomorrow.
Yeah. What's Travis? Travis, what's this for? Travis, IC 3550 TS29 is the state. What is required to seek life without parole or death penalty, and it requires an aggravating factor, which can be kidnapping or other. They have to file that notice. Okay. Is that maybe what the Drunk Turkey show was going on about yesterday, about the aggravating, but he kept calling it an advancement factor?
Maybe, I can't remember.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Sorry. That's something I heard my phone go off. Oh, no, it was just a notification on there. Oh, yeah. Anyways, that's so sad.
Yeah.
This case, I hadn't heard of it.
I hadn't heard of it until today.
Yeah. Crazy. So basically, I think they were saying that was it him that had the tracking? Like, was tracking in the phone? Is that what they were saying? You didn't listen as I was reading?
What?
You didn't listen as I was reading?
I was trying to find an update to see if they'd found her.
Yeah. I don't think so. Well, like I said, probably in tomorrow's.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm sure because she's local, they know that they found her, but it just hasn't been publicly released yet.
Okay, so the death penalty, and it requires an aggravating factor, which can be kidnapping or other things. They have to file that notice. So it is an aggravating factor, but they have to file the notice. Is that what I'm getting out of that? If they go for death, I believe RA is cowardly, like DC said, and he will try to plea for life instead.
Yeah, I can see that.
How many states? I don't remember. How many states have the death penalty in the United States?
Oh gosh, how many is it? Is it 14? How many is it now? I did a whole series on it, but I'm telling you something. My brain's not working right tonight.
No, it's okay. You have to write. So that's okay. So that's what Travis is saying. If they want life without parole, they have to file a notice, same as for the death penalty. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
27 states.
27?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. Did we ever have the death penalty over here in Canada? I couldn't even tell you. Did we ever have that? I don't know.
Yeah, Daisy, I'll be honest, I didn't look past asking Siri. So
yeah.
Travis might be a lawyer, but Siri knows a lot.
So Travis, do you guys think we'll be seeing a reply tomorrow? Do you think we'll be seeing a reply tomorrow?
For what?
To the respondent.
Oh, for the writs?
Yeah.
That would be a quick turnaround to write that, but maybe, who knows?
Did we ever have it, Travis, over here? Tell me about my country that I don't pay attention to. Yeah, well, regardless, tomorrow night, Alexa will be joining us, and you guys can ask her some Q&As. Me and Adam will just sit there idly, and we'll just smile and wave once in a while. And in fact,
That's true.
I just wanted to provide my source. In fact, Canada or the Commonwealth countries will not extradite someone to the U.S. unless the death penalty is taken off the table. Ooh. Yeah, we don't like the death penalty, I guess, over here, huh? Yeah. That's because we're Canadians. I'm sorry. That's what I'm feeling like Alex Murdaugh. It's like, shut up, dude. Sound like a Canadian all of a sudden. All the freaking 45 minutes of listening to I'm sorry's. I'm sorry, my butt.
What are you guys talking about on Saturday for your Canadian?
I don't know. Charmaine's she's gonna be, I think, in Lethbridge or something like that, she said. So I'm deciding if I want to do one or not. And if so, which one do I want to pick?
Well, you'll just have to find another Canadian. I think Joseph Morris is Canadian.
I'm pretty sure that douche is. So in other news, anywho, in other news, popular athletes who kill Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah, he got paroled.
Shot his girlfriend 4 times, was sentenced to something like 6 years.
Yeah, I think he got paroled. Oh, he's being granted. Yeah, there, I see that.
He was given 6 years.
I think he ended up. I can't remember what he ended up. Sorry, remember he was the one. He's the one that has the. He was the Paralympic athlete with the blades for legs, and he got up in the middle of the night and fired through the bathroom door, and his girlfriend was in there. And he said he thought it was an intruder. It was in South Africa or. Forgive me because I don't remember exactly where it was, but yeah, he only served like
6 years, but obviously not
was it
6 years.
I think it was a little longer than that, wasn't it?
He says he was sentenced something like 6 years. Says like.
I felt like he served longer than that, but then was given 15. I can't apparently read tonight either.
Oh yeah, it's okay. You know what my mind's on? Christmas.
I think I'm hungry. I was like maybe I haven't eaten. I'm like.
Right, too, and to all you donators out there, just so you know, you have, if anyone wants to make it onto the video with their name, remember, anyone from the 15th to the end of this month, I'll be making a special video to anyone that's donated between that time, and do a Christmas scenery thing, because I want to, and to say thank you, right, Adam? Adam's going to do the video part for me. I'm just going to insert the names. Right, Adam?
Not going to happen.
I didn't think so. Merry Christmas. I still love you, though. Yeah. I'm probably going to work.
The squirrel in my brain is like, when Travis mentioned parole, you know who else is up for parole? I don't know if everyone remembers this case because it was a long time ago. But if anyone know, like, if you've ever heard the name Susan Smith?
Ever heard of Smith ever? Yeah. Susan Smith, yeah.
Susan Smith, she's the one that was in North Carolina or South Carolina or North Carolina. And she was married, had 2 little kids, met another guy, started dating him. He didn't want kids.
Yeah.
So she backed the car into the lake.
Yeah.
With the kids strapped into the car seats.
Yeah.
She's up for parole.
Really? Denied. Yeah. My court denied. I remember that.
Hope.
I remember that.
I hope.
Yeah. Support with Steffa said she watched Love Actually. It's one of my top favorite movies, Steffa. You got me right there on that one. Love Actually. Yes.
What's your favorite Christmas movie, Sonny?
Oh, that's too hard to answer.
Oh, well, then save it and we'll talk about it on our Christmas episode.
Well, no, I feel like I there's just so many good ones. I love, like, for me before, never to have not watched a Christmas movie was rare, pretty much. But there's a few. Um, Love Actually. Um, Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm talking about the right show. Love Actually, is that the one with
Hugh Grant?
no. Yes. Wait. Diaz, Cameron Diaz.
No, that's The Holiday.
Oh, take it back. I do love Love Actually.
When she goes to England and
Yeah.
meets the man of her dreams.
Yeah. That one. I love that one. I love that.
Of course you would.
I jizz to that one. I love that one.
Of course you would.
I know, right? You know? But so The Holiday, Love Actually. Miracle on 34th Street was always one of my favorites. Ella Louise Christmas. I like that. It's about a little girl in a hotel and her
She lives in
mom
the
is
Plaza Hotel.
yeah, the Plaza. Oh, and of course National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and of course Lost in New York. Shit. There's some of my favorites, but let's go back to the good old times of Charlie Brown Christmas, Frosty the Snowman, you know, and there was one that I used to look forward to all the time, and it was it wasn't one that you seen all the time, and I just remember watching it. It was so great. But anyways, I can't remember the name of that one because it wasn't like Frosty or whatever, but it was like Christmas Town or Christmas, yeah, like Christmas Tinseltown or something like that.
Right.
I watched.
That's funny. I watched The Holiday on Sunday.
I'm gonna watch The Holiday
tonight. It just happened to be on TV, and so I watched it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch The Holiday tonight. Now that you say that, because I've been trying to like throw some of that in there because it just gets too much looking at true crime shit all the time and stuff like that, you know. And Gordon,
I think that's partly why my brain's fried. Is I think I'm Delphi overloaded, and I think that I'm like I've shorted a circuit.
Charlie Brown Christmas. Gotta love Charlie Brown. Like freaking the little tree, you know, the little freaking ugly tree. Yeah. His album is a staple. There is a movie called One Magic Christmas with Gideon, but what did it say? The Christmas Angel, My Childhood. Yeah. Miracle
My favorite Christmas movie is
what is it?
It's called The Family Stone. It's not one that many people know about, but I love it. It's my favorite Christmas movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I don't know.
It's got Diane Keaton in it and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica. Oh, okay. The Family. I'll have to look because sometimes I don't necessarily remember the name until I see it, and then I'll go, oh, okay. My favorite Christmas movie, 1998, Aussie flick, Crackers. I just love Christmas crackers. Is it? What about I've watched that one a few times. You know, with that little boy, the little boy in Scrooge. Oh, it's called Scrooge, right? That one's always heartwarming. Down. Oh, Daisy throws in this in the middle of Christmas shit. Daisy Down shot her kids, same reason. Used case markings evident to convict her, but they didn't have the gun. Then we got Great Pumpkin. I just randomly thrown in there. Great Pumpkin, A Christmas Story.
Well, you watch too much true crime when you're looking for something that isn't true crime, and your algorithm gives you I looked at literally the Christmas thing, and it was like homicide for holidays.
Ooh, maybe me and Adam should do a Christmas story. I'll put in the scenery, and me and Adam will be like the actors. Yeah. What do you mean? See, where's the fun in you? What happened to you, Adam? Where did you go? See, I'm all up for shit like that. That's why it's hard when you're with people, okay? That this literally, it's like you think of something fun in your head, and then all of a sudden the person has
Have I
been.
ever said no to you?
No, not really. It's just like, no. Adam's got a fun side, I swear. He hasn't let out his inner twerk yet to really show us that side. Besides in private videos to myself. Ernest saves Christmas. Christmas makes me happy, if you couldn't tell. I love Christmas. I like everything about Christmas. I love the lights. Maybe this year when we go for a drive, I'll do a live from within the vehicle and show the Christmas tree lights as we drive. Because last year, I might do that. Maybe do you get a lot of lights around you?
Yeah.
Where you can.
Well, like not at my condo, but when I'm up watching my niece, there's a lot of lights up here.
Ooh, maybe you can do the same. Walk around with your phone, show us some Christmas lights and whatever. Yeah. Rare Exports is good. Is that a Christmas movie? Okay, so I have to remember some of these names. Well, yours is called the something stone?
The Family Stone.
The Family Stone. Okay. So is Rare Exports a Christmas movie?
I don't know that one.
Like, what kind of rare exports we talking about?
Is that on one of those? Is that what kind of website do you gotta watch that on?
Let me just see here. I have to look this rare exports. Oh, it's called Rare Exports: A Christmas Tale. Hey, that kid looks familiar. In it. I'll just have to show it for a sec.
Yeah.
That kid looks familiar. This looks like one of those Home Alone type things.
Right.
I
watched Home Alone the other day too. What's wrong with me?
Oh.
I never watch Christmas movies like that.
I'm sorry, but that's one of the few that I actually prefer. Number 2.
Oh, I just watched the first one because it happened to be on.
Yeah. I like them both, but
sometimes when you're watching a 2-year-old, you're just like, oh, I'll put this on.
Daisy.
Exactly.
Daisy, let's talk about
Daisy.
Oh, well, I went for Chris. Oh, okay, you are. I didn't fully read your comment. Important information between Delphi, good markings, convicted bullets, etc. All I want for Christmas is justice for Abby and Libby, and world in peace, of course. All right, that was beautiful, Daisy.
It just might have to be next Christmas.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna be next Christmas, Daisy.
But I'm right there with you, Daisy.
On there, yeah, I know. Right. Because it's Libby's birthday. That's December 27th.
27th?
26th.
26th.
Is it the 26th or 27th? Can you ask Siri quickly?
It's the 27th.
Oh, was I right?
No, it's the 27th.
Oh, so I was right?
I had to think for just a second.
To agree with me.
No, but you know why the 26th was in my head?
Yeah.
Because of dumb Anthony shots.
Right. Gotcha. I get you. Okay. Yeah, evil elves. Couldn't tell from that picture at all. Oh, Adam popped out and came back in. Alexa. I wonder why Alexa likes the Grinch. If the shoe fits. No. And Alexa, you're just confirming right now that you're going to be on tomorrow night's live, right? If I stick you on the thumbnail, you definitely have to show up. Yeah. That's okay. We got one more minute and then we're going. Oh, wait. Travis, yeah, Scott has created a moratorium on death penalty in 72. Over 600 had their death penalties commuted to life. The state has to get rid of racial-based procedures. It was reinstated Oh my God. See, sorry, Travis, it's not you, I swear. It's just I'm getting tired on there. Thank you, Travis. Mr. Knowledgeable. My tree theme is pink and bling. Ooh, I would love it if you guys would send me a picture of your Christmas trees that you guys decorate. But you guys are all lazy. Whenever I ask you guys to do anything, you guys never do anything. I'll be lucky if I get one person that sends me something. So get off your lazy tiffies, right, Alexa? You guys all send me a picture of your Christmas tree or Christmas baking or something you did. Stop being lazy. Okay.
Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah. What did Ryan say?
Because we keep saying the Alexa, so we're setting his off.
It's like when I win CD, right? Miss CD, little bugger. Whenever I'd say CD and then my Siri goes off because it hears Siri CD, it's the same thing or something. And it's just like, shut up over there. And actually, Siri's quite the little beast sometimes. It's like you're freaking texting, and then it's like you see the word and it's fine. And then all of a sudden she switches it on you. And I don't like fixing my typos. I'm just too lazy, to be honest with that. Couldn't be asked half the time because there's nothing worse than you're talking.
Who do you think we are, Deb?
Yeah.
That's an inside joke just because Deb has good typos.
I don't think I ever believed in Santa Claus. And I'm getting messaged here. And that's bullshit. You know you believed in Santa Claus. Yeah,
Hey,
you know at some point.
I'd still say that. Why wreck a good deal?
You know what Anne's problem is? She probably doesn't have a memory until she was 7 or 8. When of course she start. That's when people are really nasty, and start like Alexa, and then go tell kids, guess what? Santa's not real. Okay, it's not real. I hated that moment when people started doing that, and you're like, no, just don't take away. Like even right now,
There
right?
go kids up.
Let me go look at what's coming in from Lynn here. Hold on, we might have a special. Oh, looks like we have a special elf moment here. We got. Do you guys know? Okay, I want to ask you guys over there in the USA. We have a Dear Santa that kids can actually mail a letter to. You know, Santa at ho ho ho. You know, at the North Pole. And you write Santa a letter, and then Santa writes you back. Do you guys have that in the States? Huh?
Yeah, it's called Amazon.
Same, Adam. Let's see here. Hold on. Incoming here.
I'm like Jeff Bezos.
Okay, hold on a second. 1 second. Oh, is that ever cute? Okay, I'm showing it. Can't stop me. Just try. You guys want to look at somebody's Christmas tree? Because somebody got off their lazy butt and sent me a picture. Thank you very much. Okay.
Diana's correct. Santa Claus does live in Indiana because they have something called Santa Claus Land in Indiana. Is that still open?
Well, do you guys have where universally everyone across the United States can send their mail to the North Pole? I'm just trying to make sure that we're a better place at Christmas time than the U.S. partners over there. Just kind of want brag rights a little bit for something over here. Look at this.
In Canada, you guys are just like, here, kids, you get free college and health care.
And Santa writes back, just so you know. Okay. You know what I always wanted to do? And maybe I'll do it one day, but for a business kind of sense, I always wanted to make scrolls, you know, the parchment type scrolls with the woods. Who's leaving? Oh, gotta bail. I like how he does that. Gotta bail.
Yeah.
Thanks,
oh,
Travis.
That was beautiful.
Who's a hoe?
Is this from Daisy?
No.
Oh. Well, whose tree are we looking at?
I don't know. Well, I'm trying to remember because I always get mixed up between the Google name and then the.
Does her name start with an L?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, is it Daisy? Sorry, Daisy. I'm really
That's
bad
beautiful.
at that. I'm really bad at that. Yeah, Travis, your bail is denied. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom it in a bit. Da, da, da. Wait, is this tree sitting on top of? Is it sitting on top of a desk? Like, is it a small tree, or is it hiding behind the desk? I'm trying to figure that out. It looks like it's sitting on top of a desk. Am I wrong? I think I'm right. It has to be.
You think
Because
so?
that desk, unless we're just having a, like that, it's a deception thing, like the depth on there. But look at this depth perception. That's
Zoom in. It's next to the end table.
Okay, zoom in. I feel like it's naked underneath that table. I feel like the
No
bottom
ornaments under the table.
Yeah.
It's a pretty tree.
Yeah, look at that. Freaking chipmunks.
Nothing
Lorraine
changed,
here.
Sonny. Sonny,
Huh?
nothing changed. Nothing changed.
Nothing changed?
Not on the screen.
Oh, what the heck was I using? Oh, stop screen.
It's been
I
the
thought I was
longest 1 minute of my life. I'm kidding.
gone. I thought I was using this program. But yeah, look at boom, look at the bear. That's from Canada.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
You did a good job, Daisy.
Yeah. If you guys want to be special.
I like a flocked tree.
Yes, my mom would always flock her tree. Always.
I tried to buy. I went to buy one not last year, 2 years ago. I didn't realize how expensive they are to have them flocked. To have a real one flocked.
Well, my mom would typically pay like $50 to get it flocked. How much is it over there? Hold on.
No, I don't know now. I can't remember.
Well, my mom, she refused. Hold on, has puff of a vape there. My mom, she refused to ever buy a fake tree, ever. So when I moved out, which I was like 16, always over to Safeway or to the store, freaking have a thing over my shoulder, the tree, carry that little $12 tree home. And yeah. And then eventually I turned to fake trees because they were easier and that. But my mom, you went over to her house and this big ass, massive flock tree would always be in the corner because she had like 2 living rooms. But in the one living room, it was really long and big, and that led to the back porch area or whatever. Anyways, right. I wonder if I have any pictures of her. But anyways, and then the presents. Oh my God, the presents that were around that freaking Christmas tree. Because that's when the whole family would come in and we would fly in, and stuff like that. And, you start having little nieces and nephews. And my favorite part was always to make the stockings for the nieces and nephews because they had to be, I always had to find the cutest, funnest things that they like specialized things. But I would always find like the spinning tops. That with the lollipop on them and stuff like that before, like back in the day, that was always, I love the stocking part. I mean, I'm
not a fan of real trees. I like a good fake tree. Mainly because I don't like pine. I don't like pine needles on the floor.
Really? You're kidding. I get it.
I'm a little OCD when it comes to that stuff. So.
Hubby Vito. Well, the thing is, honestly, the thing I like, I mean, trust me, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love a real Christmas tree. I love the pine needle smell. I hate the needles. I hate the fact that you have to remember to water it and shit like that. But I do love a real Christmas tree. But honestly, I like the ones that pop up like an umbrella nowadays. And it's like lights on, and then we always, my mom as a kid, now you don't really see this much anymore because it's probably deemed as more tacky now, but I remember my mom, she'd get pissed if we threw on like the tinsel and we didn't like we literally had to line the tinsel up like spaghetti. We couldn't just like, da, 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 da. It had to be specific to every branch of when you put on the tinsel. You guys understand why I'm maybe not the biggest house cleaner, best wife in the world that way. My mom was very OCD about it clean. Yeah. She was always, we had to make our beds, fold our socks, fold our underwear, iron our clothes ever since we were young. And I was like, when I moved out, I was like, yeah, no one telling me what to do. Good night, Ryan. Good night, Ryan.
Thank you for joining us, Ryan.
Yeah, with the real face. Still thank you.
I'm going to go soon too, Ryan.
No, shoot. We're going to. Yeah, we're going to. Okay. I can't help it. I could sit here all day and talk about Christmas now.
Well, we have literally a month to do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Thank you for sending that picture, Daisy Dukes, of the Christmas tree. That's one person that wasn't lazy. I think last year
we'll take all the pictures and then judge.
Yeah, we'll just judge. Yeah, we won't say.
Like, well, our favorite. You didn't put a lot of effort into this one.
Yeah. I mean, and if you send some sugar cookies my way, I'll be appreciated. Right, Alexa, on there. But Alexa, I think, remember when we were showing the video last year and Alexa had made, well, was that Christmas? Or no, that was Valentine's. Anyway, she did that. But she made Christmas cookies. Was it cookies? I think. Anyways, we'll have some fun Christmas days that don't really so much involve the true crime aspect as much as it does just Christmas gatherings and stuff like that. Anyways, worst Christmas present ever was a piano. I don't remember what it was I wanted, but it wasn't a piano. I'll take that piano. Daisy, now you set the bar really high. Okay, you guys, we're gonna get off out of here now. We'll see you tomorrow night. Alexa will be joining us, and you guys can ask her some questions and answers. And me and Adam are just gonna be here for, I don't know, looks and to wave like royalty, and pretty much, yeah, right. Anyways, you guys take care. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't. And
thank you for joining.
And Charmaine, so sorry if we didn't see you make that comment about your parents till an hour and a half into the show.
I saw it. I just didn't mention it.
Yeah.
well, to be fair, she did say, Sonny, can you say hi to my parents?
I know.
So I was like, well, if she doesn't want me to say hi, then I'm not going to mention it.
So what time did we actually mention it again? About the 1:37 mark? Okay. All right.
I'm like, if she didn't want me to say hi to her mom and dad, then I guess,
yeah,
that was her mistake.
My bad. Because you know why? You know why, though? It's because she was at her mom and dad's.
I know. I'm just playing.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, thank you. And Shelly, thank you for joining membership. And Charmaine, it was her 1 year.
For her, what? Her It's a Crime and Shame anniversary.
Yeah. We ignored her.
Yeah. Good night, you guys. You guys go watch a Christmas movie. Okay, I'm gonna watch Holiday tonight. That's what I'm gonna watch. That's my movie. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do that in a couple minutes here. Take care, guys. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.